What's up guys, Travis here. Welcome back to yet another video. Today's video I'll be talking about Davinci Resolve. If you're considering switching to Davinci Resolve from other editing software like Premiere Pro and you're unfamiliar with Davinci Resolve, it's okay because today's video I'll walk through with you about this editing software. So without further ado, let's jump into Davinci Resolve. Okay, so once you open up Davinci Resolve, this is the landing page that you will see. This is where you can create all of your projects. So what we're going to do right here is right click. Okay, let's save as. I will name this as test project. Hit save. Once you're done, just double click it. Alright, so let's go to the media page first. And this media page is where you can import all of your footages, your clips, your pictures, your music over here. It's very simple to import your footages in. You can either drag and drop your footage in, or you can go to the media storage over here on the top left corner. For my case, the footage is in my Windows C, under users, my name, and desktop. Let's search over here, and let's just drag in the footage, and it will ask you to change project frame rate. You just can hit change, doesn't matter. All right, so over here you can also organize all of your footages. For example, right click, you can create a bin, add bin, and maybe rename this bin, and maybe rename this bin as Canon. All right, and drag all of your Canon's footage into this bin. Alright, just simple as that. Once you have done organizing all of your footages, let's go into the cut page over here. So in this page is where you can set your starting point of your video and ending point of your video. So for example, let us set the in point over here. To select an in point, just hit I and O for out point, just like that. And once you're done setting all of the in points and out points of your video, let's go to the edit page. Alright, so in the edit page is where you can compile all of your footages in a timeline. So let's create a timeline over here. Right click, timeline, create new timeline, or you can hit the Ctrl N on your keyboard to create a new timeline. So I'm gonna rename this timeline as test timeline. Hit create. Okay, so we are going to drag in our footage. Just as simple as that. Right. In the edit page, you can also do some zoom in your footage. You can do repositioning. You can do rotation, stuff like that. Over here, it's just similar like Premiere Pro. Let me just reset all of this point over here. Okay. So once you have completed compiling, maybe add some titles over here. All right. So the next thing you can go is to the Fusion page. Okay, so the Fusion tab is just like After Effects, where you can create all of your animated text. You can create graphic effects into your footage. It's very similar like Adobe After Effects. So in this video, I'm just going to show you a simple text animation to show you guys how it works. All right. Okay, so once you are in the Fusion tab, you will see these two nodes. Now, do not worry if you are unfamiliar with nodes. I will definitely do a separate video talking and explaining to you what are nodes. So let's just create a text over here. Let's drag in the text node over inspector. If you haven't opened up this, you can click inspector under text and let's type in home. And now let's link the nodes together by merging it. Okay. So now as you can see, the text appeared. Now I'm just going to resize it. I'm just going to make it super huge. All right, just like that. And now I'm going to create some animations to the text. So let's go to layout. As you can see, this little tiny diamond shape over here is called keyframes. Is where you can set a keyframe into your video. So it's very similar like Premiere Pro. All right. So in the beginning of the video, I will set a keyframe, and let's drag this home word out from the frame. All right. And now maybe in the middle of this video, I will set another keyframe and let's drag back in the word home. All right. Just as simple as that. Okay. Let's go to the color page. In the color page is where you can color grade all of your footages. Like I said before, Davinci Resolve use nodes instead of layers and adjustment layers, stuff like that. So I'm just going to create a bunch of nodes and I will rename the nodes. The first node, I would like to do some noise reduction. I will do some CST, which means color space transform. Next node, I'm going to do a primary, whereby I'm going to color correct this footage over here in under primaries, maybe add some contrast, add some saturation, add some color boost to it, give it some love over here. Next thing I'm gonna do is the vignette. Alright, so now I'm just going to color correct this footage very quickly just to show you guys how it looks like. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is to add in the color space transform effect into our CST. In this case, I'm using a Canon camera, so I'm gonna use Canon Cinema Gamut and choose Canon Log. As you can see, it adds in a lot of contrast over here. So now in primaries, I'm going to cool down the footage a little bit. Let me just off this FX. Alright, so let's cool down the footage a little bit. Okay, so now the yellow is still very dominating to the footage. So let's just desaturate the yellow color. Okay, so now the footage is looking good. The white balance is balanced already. And now let's do some vignetting. It's very simple in Davinci. Can just do something like that. Feather it out a little bit. And let's invert it. And let's bring down the exposure. Alright. So I could say that it's very important for you to understand the nodes because there's a lot of type of nodes. There is, for example, there's layer mixer, looks something like that. There is also called the parallel mixer. I could say that different nodes serve different purposes. So you guys really have to understand the types of nodes. All right. So that's it. Let's go to Fairlight, the next page. So the Fairlight tab is similar like Adobe Audition, where you can do all the equalizer over here, edit your music, add in some sound effects, tune the sound effects and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go through because the video is a little bit long. So once you have done editing your audio over here, you can go to Deliver. Now the Deliver tab has some preset for you. You have YouTube, you have Vimeo, you have Twitter, and of course the custom settings. So it's very simple to export out your video. You can just simply rename it test, okay, and save it to wherever you want it to be. For my case, I'm just going to save it to desktop. So under format over here, you can switch to MP4 or your preferred extension file. All right, so if you have subtitles, you can export subtitles. You can burn into video, or you can export it as a separate file, SRT, something like that. And once you are done doing all of the settings over here, you can add to render queue and it will pop up at the render queue. And now all you have to do is just click render. And once you are done, you can just simply hit save and close Davinci Resolve. Alright, so as simple as that. I hope you guys like this walkthrough video. If you guys are interested in learning Davinci Resolve, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm planning out a bunch of Davinci Resolve tutorial for you guys. For example, like how to color grade, how to create node tree, what are the types of nodes that you need to know in order for you to color grade professionally. So that's it for me today. I hope you like this video. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Ring the notification bell so each time I upload a video, you will get notified. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.